From Studio 1A in Tampa, Florida, comes a talk show that really feels your pain and tells you like it is. We love America and all that freedom-loving Americans want to protect. Live from coast to coast and on your radio, it's For the People with Keith Allen.
We'll help you survive this thing called life. We're for the people. Whatever your source of stress or strife, for the people is there.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Keith Allen and proudly welcoming you to this Friday's edition of For the People on a February 24th, 2017. It has been one of those weeks. Man, it's good to be Friday. I'm actually wrestling with a little cold and I barely get sick, but I tell you, I have to be really, really sick to miss a broadcast, and I've sounded rough on the air before. So I'm drinking a little hot beverage right now and going to do the broadcast. We have a terrific show lined up for you. Pat Choate, he's an economist and a best-selling author. He's had many books out: Agents of Influence, American in Ruins, Hot Property, Saving Capitalism, and Dangerous Business. And he was the vice presidential candidate for Ross Perot in the Reform Party, if you remember, in 1996. I actually worked with Dr. Pat Choate on a radio network that he was on many years ago. Got to meet with him and see him in action, but a sharp guy, very respected, and we're going to talk to him and kind of get a report card, if you will, to find out how the Trump administration is doing and what he thinks that the Donald should be doing. I do know this: he does not like Donald Trump tweeting. So many people have weighed in on that, and the doctor is right on that. But at the same token, Trump is going to be Trump for sure. Mike Pence last night, did he get a chance to listen? The guy was on fire. I will tell you, it's really evident that Mike Pence very much compliments Donald Trump in so many different ways. He was fantastic, very articulate, charming himself. Here's a little flavor from last night with Mike Pence. Here he is.
This is the 9th time I've had the privilege to address CPAC. Thanks to all of you and the confidence of our new president, this is the first time I'm here as Vice President of the United States of America. Because of all of you, because of your hard work and your support and your prayers, my family and I have the privilege to serve. And more importantly, because of all of you, my friend Donald Trump is the 45th president of the United States of America. You know, the president and I have become good friends. It's the greatest privilege of my life to be vice president to a leader of such conviction, vision, and courage. Now, some people have remarked that we're a little bit different. I'm a small town guy, he's big city. I'm Midwest, he's Manhattan Island. He's known for his bigger-than-life personality, his charm, and his charisma, and I'm like, not. As I said at the Republican convention, I guess he was just looking to balance the ticket. But all kidding aside, when President Trump asked me to join him on the ticket, I said yes in a heartbeat. Because you have elected a man for president who never quits. He never backs down. He is a fighter. He is a winner. And I promise you, he will never stop fighting until we make America great again.
That's Mike Pence from last night, on fire. On fire. The speech was great, worth listening to. Watch the video. You can dial it up online in a million different places, but just query Mike Pence CPAC and watch the entire video. But he was remarkable, and Donald Trump today just wow, unbelievably on fire, talked about some very important key issues such as the border wall and so many other promises that he's made and that are actually coming to fruition. And I am just so pleased. I was thinking about Mike Pence and the balance of what he brings to Washington. And from a spiritual perspective, Mike Pence, evangelical Christian. I mean, without a doubt, a lot of people have accused Donald Trump of not being Christian enough, but yet garnished a huge percentage of evangelicals that went to the polls and voted for him, including Jerry Falwell. But I was thinking more to line with what the Bible says about, perhaps, and I'm not even saying that this is true, with because I don't know Donald Trump, personally this way, where his faith is. But even just say that he wasn't, quote unquote, a Christian or a born again Christian, didn't have a relationship with God. The Bible says that for the unbelieving spouse, that the unbelieving spouse would be blessed because of the righteousness, because of the commitment of the one that followed. So even if you have one in a relationship that's not, the other one would actually bless the other one because of its relationship. It's unbelievable how God actually will work that way. And I'm just kind of hoping that maybe perhaps through this experience and everything that Donald Trump's heart would actually be open. I couldn't imagine not being in that position. Even Barack Obama, to a certain degree. I know. Questionable things that he did. So he would have to have thought about many things there, but he was a shady character to begin with, just because of the folks that he ran around with. That's just say that, and he's really messed a lot of things up. Donald Trump pointed that out. What he inherited, it kind of sounds a little familiar with Barack Obama saying what he inherited from the economy and from the war. With Bush, but seriously, with Obamacare being so broken, our military being so depleted, our veterans not getting the care that they deserve, the economy really in shambles, knowing that millions more are on welfare or underemployed or unemployed. Wall Street, again, might look great, but Main Street is in shambles. And Donald Trump has been talking about things that our guest coming up at the bottom of the hour has been talking about for many decades in his books and then running. He believes in these things, and we're going to get a report card. We're going to find out how well things are going so far and maybe what advice he might be able to give to Donald Trump. Okay, Donald Trump today at CPAC in Maryland.
Great to be back at CPAC. It's a place I have really... I love this place. Love you people. So thank you. Thank you very much. First of all, I want to thank Matt Schlapp and his very, very incredible wife and boss, Mercedes, who have been fantastic friends and supporters. And so great when I watch them on television defending me, nobody has a chance. So I want to thank Matt and Mercedes. And when Matt called and asked, I said, absolutely, I'll be there with you. I mean, the real reason I said it, I didn't want him to go against me, because that one you can't beat. So I said absolutely, and it really is an honor to be here. I wouldn't miss a chance to talk to my friends. These are my friends. And we'll see you again next year and the year after that. And I'll be doing this with CPAC whenever I can, and I'll make sure that we're here a lot. You know, if you remember my first major speech, sit down, everybody, come on. You know, the dishonest media, they'll say, he didn't get a standing ovation. You know why? No, you know why? Because everybody stood and nobody sat. So they will say, he never got a standing ovation, right? They are the worst. Just sit down. Donald Trump did not get a standing ovation. They leave out the part, they never sat down. They leave that out. So I just want to thank. But my first major speech was at CPAC, and probably 5 or 6 years ago, first major political speech, and you were there. And I loved it. I loved the people. I loved the commotion. And then they did these polls where I went through the roof, and I wasn't even running, right? But it gave me an idea. And I got a little bit concerned when I saw what was happening in the country. And I said, let's go to it. So it was very exciting. I walked the stage on CPAC. I'll never forget it, really. I had very little notes and even less preparation. So when you had practically no notes and no preparation, and then you leave and everybody was thrilled, I said, I think I like this business. I would have come last year, but I was worried that I would be, at that time, too controversial. We wanted border security. We wanted very, very strong military. We wanted all of the things that we're going to get. And people considered that controversial, but you didn't consider it controversial. So I've been with CPAC for a long time. All of these years we've been together, and now you finally have a president. Finally. Took you a long time. Took you a long time. And it's patriots like you that made it happen, believe me. Believe me. You did it because you love your country, because you want a better future for your children, and because you want to make America great again. The media didn't think we would win. The pundits, you're right, they had an idea. The pundits didn't think we'd win. The consultants that suck up all that money, oh, they suck it up. They're so good. They're not good at politics, but they're really good at sucking up people's money. Especially my opponents, because I kept them down to a minimum. But the consultants didn't think we would win. But they all underestimated the power of the people, you. And the people proved them totally wrong. Never and this is so true, and this is what's been happening. Never underestimate the people. Never. I don't think it'll ever happen again. And I want you all to know that we are fighting the fake news. It's fake, phony, fake. A few days ago, I called the fake news the enemy of the people, and they are. They are the enemy of the people. Because they have no sources, they just make them up when there are none. I saw one story recently where they said 9 people have confirmed. There are no 9 people. I don't believe there was 1 or 2 people. 9 people. And I said, give me a break, because I know the people. I know who they talk to. There were no 9 people, but they say 9 people. And somebody reads it and they think, oh, 9 people, they have 9 sources. They make up sources. They're very dishonest people. In fact, in covering my comments, the dishonest media did not explain that I called the fake news the enemy of the people, the fake news. They dropped off the word fake. And all of a sudden, the story became the media is the enemy. They take the word fake out. And now I'm saying, oh, no, this is no good. But that's the way they are. So I'm not against the media. I'm not against the press. I don't mind bad stories if I deserve them. And I tell you, I love good stories, but we won't. I don't get too many of them.
All right, Donald Trump at CPAC, and that's another speech that you need to watch full.